Put me in the game. Yeah. Put me in the game. All that talking just sound like a show. I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side.
It's week 8 of the National Football League. And our focus goes to Jalen Johnson, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Bears and the Cowboys, and it's all up next.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Takes it at the 7. And takes this near to 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Play 1, and Prescott to the air.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This defense for the Bears, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Holding offense.
Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
On second down, Elliott. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try the right side with Elliott. The numbers for Zeke from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did. And a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
comes Ayuk on the jet sweep. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on the opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, but they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll find Ayuk open right side. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Lambo will put this one through, and the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. A pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They have the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now they're up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Chicago's offense running out, and something they hope to see for years and years to come. Second-year pro Justin Fields leading the way.
And I think it's safe to say that, and I heard him say it in the post-game press conference, that was a team win last week because he didn't really play up to his normal standards, throwing 2 interceptions.
No touchdown.
Yeah, didn't offset it at all, but the team found a way to get it done.
On play action, Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Play action. It's Fields rolling to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dante Fowler in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DM.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his man, that's Harry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run. This is Khalil Herbert. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
Right on the coverage we just saw break out on third down. Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
A first down carry by Elliott. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Prescott now from the 50. That ball caught Brandon Ayuk. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big game downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short game.
Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now back to the ground with Elliott. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Out to his left. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. Prescott to Schultz there for the Cowboy first.
Sometimes it's designed, but sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Carry now for Elliott. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From just shy of midfield, Prescott. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and that will keep this a 4-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Fields. And this will be caught by Mooney. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this a little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run with Montgomery. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Fields now to throw. That's complete right side to Kmet. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, All I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Work out, everyone. He may not...
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Santos with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points on? And they're going to move it down to inside the 25. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. Prescott. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Prescott. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. To the air again, Prescott. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Lambeau is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So another good job defensively, because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all, because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. Final shot before the break. Fields. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Fields. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed trailed by an incompletion, one more good rep, and they get off the field.
Third and long. It's Fields. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They go to Elliott again. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 88 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Elliott is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys use the short field to get in for 6. Being checked. And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
A 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
Some more great football coming your way in prime time to wrap up the month of October. It starts tonight. Could it be a Super Bowl preview? The Packers and Bills from Buffalo at 8:20 Eastern. And then tomorrow, Halloween night, Monday Night Football, the Bengals and Browns from Cleveland. And how this game has changed in importance in recent years. That starts at 8:15 Eastern. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Fields throw complete here to Kmet. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he's got room. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Chicago. Khalil Herbert, his first touchdown on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And even 100 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Prescott now. He's going to find Gallup here complete.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you could lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Santos with the extra point, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Fielded right around the 8. And able to get this out to the 25. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the 2nd half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback. And now here come the Cowboys. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a 1st down. A 20th carry here for Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw taken in by Ridley here. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 33. Inside give to Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And a gain of 4 gets them right to the midfield stripe. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. He has enough for the first down on the keeper, a gain of 6. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. Trayvon Diggs getting the tackle. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves and start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was the big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Cowboys. Calvin Ridley, 38 yards. And the Cowboys take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Going up the gut, Montgomery. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Got to get to the 26 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now it's Fields. They'll set up the screen to Herbert. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
And he is going to have the Bears 1st down as they find a way to convert on 4th and 10. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. And they'll take a knee as the clock ticks down toward 50 seconds to go. And they will take a knee here. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah. Take off the foo-foo, take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi, take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the words, jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off the fabricated streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5-day stay, take a $250,000, hella final. Take off the far flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic, that if I'm rich, I'm real. Take off the should know, take off the Doja, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have?